What I'm going to show you today is the Fizz Keeper and the Fizz Keeper exit ticket that you're going to be doing. So what I have here is a 2-liter bottle with a cap in the end that has a plunger on it that you can pump air into the bottle. Okay, so if you look at the background information at the top of this exit ticket, it says chemistry is the study of matter. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. So the air around us is considered matter, and it's made up of many different gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, and argon. Air is around us all the time, which means it takes up space around us. Air also has a mass, but it is very small. So if something has a mass, that means we can measure it. We can actually weigh it on a balance. But I have a balance right here that I'm going to use to measure the bottle and collect the data. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is, in the question, how does the number of pumps on a Fizz Keeper affect the mass of a 2-liter bottle, write down the independent variable and the dependent variable, and any control variable. Okay, then write a hypothesis by turning the question into an if-then statement. Those I want you to do on your own. We've had enough practice with this that you should be able to do those things right now.
Page, whatever, 56. I'm going to freeze it, and I'm going to do it also, but you should be doing these. So I'll freeze mine blank. I'll write it with you. But you guys should know how to figure out your independent, dependent, and control variables. And your hypothesis. So... yeah, and you can add on a Fizz Keeper if you want. Oh, it has to. If you just wrote number of pumps, that is okay too. Molly, do you know the dependent or do you have a question? What you got? Beautiful. I didn't write any controls because I wanted people to share. Help me out. Lily, you have one?
The same pumper.
Yeah, same, like, are you mean person or the mechanism? Or both?
The same mechanism.
Okay. Molly, what did you get?
Same bottle.
Yep, yep. Yeah, so you can keep the same size and the same bottle. Other things people came up with, just to help you out. Some people said the same balance or scale that we're using because other ones might have different numbers. Other people said same person doing the, applying the pressure. Other people said same interval between is required becauses in their hypothesis. I don't want a because.
Got it right.
All right, then we're going to collect data. So because we're just trying to get the format of a lab done, we're going to just watch the video. I'll write it down with you. But I'm not going to repeat the numbers if you can't hear. So I'm not going to yell.
Okay, so the procedure. Place the Fizz Keeper onto a 2-liter bottle. I just did that. Tighten the Fizz Keeper onto the bottle by turning it clockwise. Turn on the balance and zero it. So I'm going to turn on the balance, zero it, so that the numbers go to 0 before I weigh the bottle the first time.
No, Mr. I is not going to zoom in. That's why I'm writing it.
And it should be set. Yep, it is set and zeroed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh the bottle, and I get a total of 76.35 grams. I will fill in the numbers there. You will fill in these numbers on your exit ticket.
Not an exit ticket.
Before you turn it in. Now what I'm going to do is take the bottle off. I'm going to pump it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and weigh it again. And I get 76.35 76.39 grams. Okay, now I'm going to take it off, pump it 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weigh it again. 76.43 grams. Take it off, pump it 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this time I get 76.46 grams. Haven't changed. Okay, now 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 76.5051. 76.51. 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 76.55. 5 more. 76.60. Oops. What happened there? Okay. 76.60. 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. 76.64. And our last one, so we've pumped it 40 times now, and that is the last one is 76.69 grams. So that's our data. So now that you have your data,
so for us, now we are gonna make our graph on paper. So which side of our data table goes on the horizontal or the X? Is it the first column or second column? Yeah, so this one is our X, this is our Y, this is our independent, this is our dependent. On the X, we said number of pumps on a Fizz Keeper. And we go up to 40 by 5s. So I know 0 usually is on the axis, but I'm gonna move it over just so we can see it better because we do have a number on 0. So I'm gonna move it just over a little bit, which is fine as long as you label. And then what's our title for the Y? And do we want to include that little G over there? Yes, we want our units. So yes, we want to put grams in parentheses. Okay, sorry. And then before we get to counting, what should the title of our graph be? But how, what you guys can do, because it goes up to 76, if we ever have numbers that is a huge jump from 0 to the number that we need, we can do a broken graph. So if you've learned about that, that's awesome. That's what we're going to do. It just means that we didn't start at 0. So it kind of looks like a heartbeat monitor line. So it's just a little like break. I like put a line here and then up and down. It just shows that it's a broken graph. And then, because our numbers are so small, they're like decimal places. Where's my stuff? We are going to count by the 10th place. So like 76.1, 76.2. So that's what I'm starting. I need a smaller pen so you guys can see. One moment. All right, 76.10. I'm drawing it on the line.
Yeah. Not on the line.
I'm gonna skip lines too because sometimes it goes up by the hundredth place. So we're gonna skip a line and then do 76.2. So always look at what?
Is it on the line or the left?
On the line.
Can we do it this way?
What do you mean? It is a, what do you mean?
No, you're putting it like you're writing the numbers like you write it.
I don't know what you mean, but sure. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh.
My handwriting is just too big, so I'm writing it like on a slant. Oof. It's just because my pen is too fat.
Your pen is fat.
Yes, because I'm trying to get you guys to see what it is. So you're not like, what does that say?
70, 60, 50, 40, 40, 10, and then all 76s.
Exactly. Oh, that was gonna be my question. So, does it have anything to do with time? No, and it's not categories, so it's not a bar graph and it's not a line graph. So yes, it is a scatter plot. A little bit. Yeah. So we got 0 and we got 76.35. So I'm just going by the last 10th and 100th spot. So 35 is at in between. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's why I skipped lines.
Wow.
Okay, am I going to want to connect my dots or draw a trend line? Yeah. Hold on, I'll move in a second. Let me just draw this. Always a best fit line in a scatter plot.
I know a lot about but I know I'm pretty quick. I mean, like, he lives because of 44.
So a claim is an answer to the question. I rewrote the question on the bottom here. How does the number of pumps on a Fizz Keeper affect the mass of a 2-liter bottle? So we can just change it as the number of pumps increases. What happens to the mass? Yeah. claim was the answer to the question. Remember, it does not need the word because. It just simply answers the question. So how did the number of pumps affect the mass? As the pumps increased, the mass increased. It's basically taking your hypothesis and making it correct, or like writing it in the correct way.
Writing it as an answer rather than a question.
Exactly. All right, then evidence. We only need 4 data points, and it can be bullet points. So I'm just going to pick 4 different numbers from our data table that show as we increase the number of pumps, the mass increase. So you could say, I'm going to start with 5. After, oh wait, hold on. After 0, I hope you guys are going to know how to do this because you have to do it on your own later. So I'm getting the starting point, like how much it was in the beginning. That's a 7. And then you can pick 3 spots after that. So I'm probably going to pick like a 10, then a 20, and then probably like a 35. You can pick any of the data points as long as it's showing the increase. So I'm just, like I said, I'm going to pick 10, 20, and then, what did I say, 35? As long as you're showing it increases, oh, I forgot grams, sorry. And you're telling me what these numbers are. Please don't ever write like 0 equals 76.35. I have no idea what that means. Yep. No, you just need to pick 4 that show there was an increase. So those are the 4 I chose. I can zoom in a little now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. A little reindeer is still in my way. So as long as you pick 4, you're good. All right, reasoning. What was our first step? There's 4 steps. What are the 4 steps?
Reword your evidence.
You want to ever in your life for a hamster party? I'm not even playing, but what are the things you did?
You like the ant?
All right, number 1, restate the claim. You can if you want to. You'll have enough room. How should we restate our claim? What should we say? Perfect. hold on. All right, so the scientific concepts. If you guys were listening to Mr. Gaia when he was talking, he read the background information, and you guys probably already know this. But air is around us and is considered matter. So does air have a mass? If air is considered matter, does like stuff have a mass? Okay, and air is matter, so it has mass. So that's your scientific concept. We got it from the background information. All right, so the gas that we pumped into the bottle was air. You know that. That's what was surrounding the bottle. It's what you breathe. So now we're saying air has mass. That's our scientific concept we know. And now let's prove it by our evidence. So you guys said step 3 is adding our evidence. So we want numbers because it's science. So instead of rewriting all these data points that you already wrote in evidence, and please do not ever say C data, C graph. You'll get it marked wrong. Yeah. Like if I say like C chart, like just look at the chart. Well, what is the chart telling me? You need to tell me what the chart is saying. So if you look at the data table, how much did the mass increase from 76.35 to 76.69? Who can tell me what the increase was? Who's good at math? After, what was it, 40 pumps? Yeah? Please do not forget the G, grams, your units. How much did it increase? Don't just say 0.34. 34 what? Pounds? Ounces? Grams. It's our last sentence. Yeah, overall, conclude, summarize, whatever. How can we wrap it up to prove what we're saying? What do you want to say? Yeah, I pretty much have that, but shorter. Overall, it is shown that air has mass because reasoning, I want you to have a because. So yes, every lab that has reasoning, I want it to have 4 sentences and to look like this. So it does take time. Please don't write one sentence and be like, I'm done, Miss K, I did it. You probably did not have all 4 parts. Every time we write reasoning, it's worth at least 4 points for each one of these. Oh, okay.